啊，哎呀，修打，呀，终于得修，打的开始修，我那个都是配，你是配，你配个，你嘛配，你嘛，我等下配起来，要不走。
你就我们到了，叫不了。
啊，啊嘞，估计他刚当过事儿。在修的，啊，哦，得控制掐这个嘞，呀，打掐这个。
你能不能去看房呢？
啊，我都这个同事的，当那下就当忙那下，对，
没给钱的意思是。啊，我们的意思嘞，还是这里不一样。Zoom okay? Nego?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, may sit. Okay, sit. I talk. Mandala offering. I talk. Okay. Now sit. 我从嘛这些点来学，伊呢？
带来everyone.
嘛的俺那第一次时间，俺第一次小时是。推出有什么？是的。他那他俺从看见的不是那拍的被，但俺做那么清不清，从三楼开始拍头有马拉楼开始经过。他那看见的不是他的就当俺做考虑点票那头那咋子这些，他个就空没做那。他啦工厂里，他那提前啦加个拍，完了那是落中去，他那落中通呢，他那提前啦。他那拉到他当这种个就开工把这种中央全国人不去跟对了。工厂敲成俺的那罗去了，在当他那当左边嘛那说，忙不在了。别家去那他那接着讲我那去阿里那当。在阿里呢，他确实苍茫在了，现在他看见了没去，跟走下去，他西卡过呢，看见了没就我走的。现在 GMC 啦，小在现在他阿里呢，在我从这种格局的 start 的，看见了没格局的，他那当不。他讲我那没去阿里那排队，空中叫几天就下不去，才7月的，他这也了个钱了不排队，他那银行中叫那，确实苍茫点去，天就7月的。他那咱们那开的啥就过路过了，他就会加会有来说把他工钱你看从工把走了工钱个几天就拿，他那这个拿进去，后来天就工钱个几拿了忙不听嘛忙不撇，他那这种个就点把他别个几钱不的，天对他那的啦，别把俺做厂嘛别个熊个就那样的，别个我穷。
Says I would like to say a few words to introduce Khenchen Dec. Now, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I would like to say a few words to introduce Khenchen Rinpoche, and we're so happy that he's here. He's been here for a few years, and now he's here again with us. And that this is because of a great merit that he's here again. So we are very happy. And so originally I'm from the heart place, the place that it Chakasambhara's heart. There's Tsari in Tibet. And so then later, that's where his monastery is. And so later he went to India and he studied at Varanasi and also graduated from there. And then he also travels to Ladakh and many Drikung Kagyu monasteries. And so there in Ladakh from Drikung and Chungwa Rinpoche, he received the practice of the 5 Buddha and completed that. And then also he went to Burma and he received many teachings there. He gave many teachings there. And then finally, so after giving many teachings all over in India, and, Holiness Chittagam Rinpoche sent him to America. So when he then came to America, he's actually the one who started the center in Chicago here, many other places like TMC. And as a matter of fact, the presence of the Drikung Kagyu lineage in America is really due to his kindness because he spread the teachings there. And then also later, when His Holiness came to America, he served as his translator and also Gachun Rinpoche's translator. And so he then was invited to various different centers all around United States. And really all over the world, he has turned the wheel of Dharma extensively. He has traveled to India and Nepal, where he gave teachings on Jigten Sumgön and some Gongchik over many years and over again. And also he went to Tibet to give these teachings several times. He really has been incredibly kind to the Drikung Kagyu teachings. And today he has come here. And so we are extremely happy and very grateful.
드는 괜찮은 뭐 가지고 나야 차생가 대한 고성 그런 지금 성공께 공파 요나미나 산나 가지고 공매케 대 공파 요나미나 차생가 대한 와자와데 단동하니케 남창데 텐도 테트린다 나주초든 지금 성공 공파 저거들이 지금 공공전이나 상진도주 창매 님 근원들이다 ten는 난ken 괜찮은 분들 텐도 가능 소비 소남 침보리 투투치나 안테는다 da ze hemala re ju so klosar kidi bertring o tendu te losar ni mo tan ze ko ma de tim jin ring das losar bena o tendu kidi do ta de ze hemala re ju da ho sa cha mambo je an ten losar je dang dropa ce zo ina hi lo klosar se hi de lu klosar o te xing ba ce zo ina so nam losar se xing kan de bia ti losar da je dang ho chu yong se hyo de losar
This quite Europa kita na
hi de lo hi sana jik bu hi ro lo sen lu da wo yo lo ku wo te so klo sa re la bu xing ba de so nam sen xing ke klo sa wo ta te jidan hu chu yong lo sa te ze dim jin da se hyo re sen du wo te da ta la ba de la da te lo sa zo wo te la da he ma la ju ka je lo sa te da zo won da se hyo re wo te se hyo du sen我真的我推出去那啊，真是要不就去了啊。
Khenchen Rinpoche is here to give us instructions, teachings on the 5 paths. The 5-fold path of Mahamudra is really the enlightened intent of Lord Jigten Sumgön. The 5-fold path of Mahamudra also comprises uniting both the sutras and the parts of the tantras. And so it's really the main enlightened intent, the heart of Jigten Sumgön. And it's also the heart of all the Buddhas. So the teachings itself is very precious, and the one who will bestow these teachings is Khenchen Rinpoche. That is even more precious, and that's because we have that merit that he's here to give us these teachings. And then in terms of the timing, it's also a very auspicious timing because actually now is considered the Himalayan Losam. So the in the Himalayan mountain region, like in Ladakh, some of the throughout the Himalayan regions, it's actually in the new year now. It's actually the Losam. And so him being there here now is actually something that just came together naturally without prior arrangement. We happen now to be here also during the Himalayan Losar. So the Himalayan Losar, I guess it's called the Sheep Losar or something. But anyways, so now this is referred to as the main time of Losar, the new year of the Himalayan. So it's a very auspicious time also to have him here.
Till hur låsar det sig som hur kilo låsar sig köres sonam
Er
låsar
det
hur tror jag Therese den är och det tar
Lukkel blåser det der.
kilo låsar dropa att så kilo låsar sig dropa gör och 신바 저 sonam låsar sig
Blåser.
och sonam sen 신가라 봐 신게 låsar sonam låsar dropa 저 신게 나 kilo låsar och det lo chung sen det jag så hur lo che det ge lo chung det sig och det sig hur det är det den tid
Yeah, so the Tibetans have referred to it as the sheep or lamb, the lamb Losam, and then the farmers refer to it as the field, the farmer's field of Losa. So also we can call it the smaller Losa, so that the bigger Losa is still to come, but this is maybe the first, the smaller Losa.
드네 다다 데 괜찮은 뭐지 데는 캠보 몰랑 다다 피하요래 콩 제탕치는 게니 다농바 제 나지 이 마다난 건발라다 아 최고 제치 게니 제탕 번자안로래 다다 파주래 번자안로게 텐디 콩 다들이 다난 건발라 차와치 가서 냠트치 드려야 아 제가 용 제가 롭종치 창조내 롭종 통 다다라서다라 대쇼교래 콩 드네나 피하바 가서 배가 오종
Also, together with Khenchen Rinpoche, Khenpo Mönlam is also here. So Khenpo Mönlam and I are actually born in the same village. We are from the same place and the same monastery, the Tana Monastery back in Tibet. And we actually also related through my paternal lineage. So my paternal side, we are related. So we are really relatives, and we grew up together, and we were in the same monastery in Tibet. And then, so later he came to India and he studied in Zhangzhubling. So after graduating from there, then he came to America, and now he lives in Rochester, in New York. We're also very happy to have him here.
Dala don vare jebe da no bra jebe ge torba don dom je jebe vado jubra jeba dan je so jebe ma non bo dan nyambe zem je dom je de wa don de dom ra don je nyo zo la na me para yang da para zo 청조는 보제 도바르차 와 이나thiên tu ke che da chang ba me so ja ri da la da wa ra je be da no bra je be ge tar ba da tam ji je be ha do je bra je ba da je so je be ma nam ba da nyam de se je de wa Boje to braja sa ma je brado lunga yesumo gawa ori 이지 좀 그래야지 저 소셜이 저 것이 그냥 넣는 거죠 here you see all English, all mother sentient beings, limitless as a space, specialist enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles to my path through liberation in omniscience. May they experience happiness, be free from suffering,
sublimated, precious, unsurpassed, perfectly complete enlightenment.
Elizabeth, you here?
Yes, I'm here, Jupanla.
English, okay?
Okay, Lasso, thank you.
Chedo sama je brado lunga ye sama gawala ko ma je brado lunga ye sama gawala ko te dere ne zonde ni ma za ta zam je brado lunga ye sama gawala ko.
For that purpose, until I attain Buddhahood, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. Until death, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. From today until this time tomorrow, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue.
Sanje
Chudan soje chona la janju brado dane jaso che tage jeso jibe zona je drola penje sanje drubra jo
Sanje chudan
soje chona la janju brado dane jaso che Tage jeso jibe zona che drola penche sanje drobra sho.
Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and the other perfections, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings.
Danyam bezem je damje dewa dan devi judan dembara churje dunga dan dunga ge judan devara churje dunga me be dewa dan me dewa churje nyere chada nyeda deve danyo
Manam katanyam besem jedam jedewa dan de judan dembara churje dunga dan dunga ge judan dewa churje dunga me be dewa dan me dewa churje Hanye chadanye dan trebe danyo la nebra churje.
May all mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion.
Wadan chujin shabatan Jesu yeran kushen sowa ye Gewa chunse dage jesapa Tam jesu be chanchu chenwo.
Whatever merit I have gathered through prostrations, offering, confession, rejoicing, requesting, and praying, I dedicate it for the complete awakening of all beings.
Dorje chanchen deve narota marba mela chuje gambo ba Pamwa chula jawan triumba Gaju lama nama sorvande Shene jabo sa chon lama le Chancho semje dutse melane Roa kula pemba zeba ye Pambia ade shala sowande Ajan dene chancho mato para Yuba rinjen sonje nyamlen June chancho senjo jongba ta
常住我身的神的之不然是，叫我更多人的浪漫的，人们世界被乱龙之间，撒旦拦截用的拉走人，都是穿着过把牛的肉。
Great Vajradhara, Tilopa, Naropa, Marpa, Milarepa, Dharma Lord Gampopa, Pagmo Jupa, and Lord Jikopa. To
I
all
pray the Gaji Lama
from
from
his guru, King Sirlingpa, he received the nectar medicine of bodhicitta and brought benefit to all sentient beings. I pray to glorious
glorious
Atish
Atisha.
from now till I attain enlightenment. So practice the three precious lineages, and through this,
May I perfect the sublime bodhicitta
and bring benefit to others with my bodhicitta in all my lives.
May I never be separated from the perfect Guru. May
And
I enjoy the glory of the Dharma.
perfect the qualities of the bhumis and paths, and quickly attain
Quickly attain the
the
state
state
of
of Vajra.
Vajradhara.
我所见不着就是没多少，人老那些年的结巴的，三界上了没得不发也，这个能大些的就把有所用作了没做难了。天南桑桑的仙界界上，大罗龙者能随用心了，拉面就给我做在做个这王大给那人那曼达拉本的啊。
The ground is sprinkled with scented water and strewn with flowers. It is adorned with Meru, the four continents, the sun, and the moon. I visualize and offer these as Buddha fields. May all sentient beings be born in the pure lands. I offer to gurus of the three kayas complete, outer, inner, secret, and suchness offerings, taking my body, wealth, and all that there may be. I pray, please grant the unsurpassed supreme city. Adakini Ratna Mandala Pratitas.
Padita Sowa Namya Sambatan Loye Jita Jitava Chijon Tumba Tebaye Chijan Hola Ordo Zo.
Please travel
The
on
will of the Dharma of the greater, lesser, and common vehicle according to the disposition,
And
mental
capacities of
sentient
sentient
being.
beings.
Dojo Jojo de la Naroda, Mameda Bobber, Kursunda, Lamesa, Sajulama, Someone to Sodaji, Angel. Yabba de Jita Sundora, the Besada Sangada Raba, the Java Yaba, some songs of Nobato, Doya, the Mega, the Good Shishakala Jeraja, the bed to the General Labo, Java Tabacunas at the back of Jurum Busila Good. To me, as the young one, Monday was about the Babu, Yamedibu, the good, Chunin the Chula Majaba, Tanya Sigation, and to Duncan Beluga. You are talking Lamaja, those Gangadi, the Junior, Gajina, Lamor, the Damagu, Doja, Bella, Kanga de Ganga, the Noja, go on the Vajama, Jamu, Tamaba, Woman, to buy the same, the Bandana, that's all I'm just chosen to watch you love those, and love to watch you love those, to pass the watching to buy shit, so watching you love those. Okay.
오늘 이메일 나다 효리스. 시간대 발로 대 자미 스카스나 산타 발로 좀나 샤와도 해야 돼.
Anyone want to have their text? The Dharma Center send everybody by the email and I think the website. You can find out on the internet. The today's teaching Khenchen Dec.
Good morning, everybody. As Turim just explained, so it is very always auspicious to reflect our mind into the Dharma. Here, as you have read, the prayers, opening prayers, all the way through, he has said, may I enjoy the glory of the Dharma, because the Dharma is not just some kind of belief system, kind of like a religion, something, a culture of system of something. Dharma is universal. Relation with all the sentient beings, every sentient beings, you see. Historically, as we know, Buddha, who went through, he was born, you see, he was born as a prince, a small kingdom in Himalaya area, place called Kapilavastu. And his father was very successful man. And because of that, the father regard his son Siddhartha with a high expectation that one day he will rule the whole country. So he provide everything that is needed. So he enjoyed his life so much, but he was not only indulge all that his father provided. He was very cautious for himself and others. And you see, he was not just consumed all the enjoyment in his kingdom, but he visited whole area in that places, visiting some rich people in the country there, as well. There's many poor people there, the young people, and old people. He was cautious of everything. Now, as we know, we all at that time and now and before in the future, we all desire for peace and happiness. No one is desire suffering. No one wants the suffering, physical, mental, or physically or mentally. So you see, so he has that in his mind. He kept that. So he not just something like a culture or system. It's not that way. He stayed in the kingdom until he was 29. And he got all those estimations, excellent life. Nowadays you can say a perfect life, But he was contemplating, but when I get old like these people that he was visiting, what should I do? He was thinking for himself, like if these sick people, when I become like that, how should I handle? When he sees people dying, how should I handle to like that? That's bound to happen without choice. So it's not sufficient, not enough, just being enjoyed right now. So at the end, then see, everything is subject of decay. You get you're born, you become young, you get old. It's it's like that. It's reality. It's not something cultural, or belief system. So then, because he met so many religious teachers, so they are taught how to free from this type of suffering. You should not enjoy all this luxurious life. You should give up all this. You should be very ascetic life. So he tried that. As you know, after 29, he left the kingdom and he totally different life. No shelter, no any enjoyment, even no food, no clothes. For 6 years, sometimes you see his pictures, only skeleton, bone and skin. He tried that. And he was meditating. There's some practitioners who meditated very high meditation. And he achieved all this. Still, when he achieved that maximum of that culture, according to those systems, he was not satisfied. Still, I'm not free from suffering. Now, this is not the solution. The hardship, no food, no clothes, is also, So he left that system. Then he tried, he chose the middle path. Eat to sustain the life, wear cloth, but with the understanding, with the appreciation, with the contentment, appreciate what you have. He thought that's a very good way, So he left that. Then he was thinking, what now? What's the real solution? Everybody's working hard. Nowadays you can say, politically, people are involved in politics, business, a lot of scientists, technologies, all this science, everything they are designed. Everything is designed to free from suffering. Is that right? Everything is just focusing how to solve the problem. Investigating, trying everything, using all the technologies. Now, AI, all this big deal, See, nothing is a solution. There's no real solution for the suffering, you see. So he was contemplating all this, he was investigating, you see. Now, what is all this about? First of all, he realized it's the mind. You see, everybody has a mind. We know I'm thinking. I have thinking in the mind. This is my thought. This is my mind. I want this. There's some feeling of fear, expectation. There's such kind of mind. Like this, the table has no mind. This table has no mind. This gong has no mind. See, if I don't pay attention, it doesn't matter. If I don't pay attention to the table doesn't matter. But if I don't pay attention to somebody else, they are upset. I'm angry. Why not pay attention on me? You see, if your table just live there, has no feeling, So it's such a mind. It's very mysterious. That's the most problem we're facing. Difficult. One day I like this. Oh, this is very good. Next time I don't like this. Oh, and it's very mysterious because we have a feeling something, but there's no any color to see. There's no shape to touch. There's no round or triangle and all this. There's no shape. There's no white or red or light color, you know. So this is the most complicated. And you're just thinking every moment, every second, non-stop. No? Even sleep, you're dreaming, is thinking. No? Day and night, you're thinking. Sometimes you say, I cannot think anything. You cannot think anything, you're thinking something about that. You know? So you see, look at this. So this is the one that I have to now reveal the secret of this. So to do this is not easy now. The three main principles are required. First, you need discipline. See, when your mind is chaos, you cannot bring together. You know, when your mind becomes wild, then people become crazy or depressed, suicidal nowadays. You know, you see. So for that we need Shila. See, Shila is a special kind of way how to avoid the cause of those chaos, no, and bring the mind together. It's called Shila. When that is done good, more kind of, that also require what are the cause of suffering? What are the cause of the peace and happiness? It's not easy, you know, but it requires profound understanding of the causality. See, the causality is not a Buddhist thing. It's how universally constituted within the framework of the causality. See, if you do this, what's the consequence of that? This is happening because of what? Everything's interdependent. No, there's a specific. No, everything, what is happening has a specific role to play. And we need such a wisdom to penetrate that. It's not easy, see. So this first, Shila is very important. Once you have the Shila, you know, bringing your mind in the right place, then you need Samadhi, meditative concentration, see. And you see, when you have that good Samadhi, then there's a prajna, the basic penetrating skala, wisdom, transcendent wisdom to penetrating the reality of nature, the wisdom. So he realized these three are the indispensable, without which difficult to penetrate. Like so when you cook a food, you need these three principles. First, you need a good discipline to chop the vegetables, you know, how you want to chop. See, all this you need. Then you need a concentration when you chop the vegetable. If you don't have concentration, you may chop your finger, you know. Then after this, you are cooking. You need wisdom, how it is cooked, how much salt you need, what is uncooked. All this you need to know. So when you have these three disciplines, you can make a very good dish. You see. As well, when you drive, you need these three. No, first you drive, you understand how to drive. That's why there's a test. No, first there's a writing test, then there's an oral test, driving test, Then the department of the vehicle will give you a license, Then it's not enough. You yourself should have how to drive. Right direction. You don't drive the wrong direction, Then when you drive, see how much speed you have, all this you need concentration. And then you need wisdom how to approach to your place. This is the normal, It's not something religious thing. So same thing Buddha. That time he was not called Buddha, Siddhartha. So because of that, his understanding, the samsara, he was fully convinced in the samsara, there's no total peace and happiness. No matter what you do. No. It's not saying Buddha Siddhartha saying everything is bad, but reality, which is difficult to convince in our regular people's life, But he was fully convinced, so he left the ascetic life. Then he's wearing robe, you see, And then he started having some food, drinking milk, And then he went to Bodh Gaya with this full conviction, understanding. He has full, we should say, now, full dedication now. It's called unflinching dedication. Okay. So then in Bodh Gaya, he found a grass. He sat on the grass. Then he said himself, I'm here to explore, to get the result, the ultimate solution, to reveal the mind that I have. Until then, even my body went into pieces. Let it be. So that with that, in that kind of power of the kind of courage, determination, then he revealed through these three training, through these three training, then he revealed total nature of his mind. Then he understood. I got that message. So they said, I found such unafflicted, undefiled nectar, which is so profound and total peace. And free from all the boundary. And this luminosity is not just mere empty. Luminosity means all the excellent qualities. And it is uncompounded, means everyone has that nature. We all have that I reveal it. This is difficult to express to others, but I found it. You see. So at that time, you see, he has no fear to declare that. Then in the world, then nobody can come say, you have not achieved that. Nobody can come still you don't know this. Nobody can come, still you are not revealed that. No? So he was fearlessness, achieved the fearlessness. No? You know, when Milarepa, he has no possession, only one apart to cook his nettle. No? So one day he moved from one place to another. The pot, clay pot, that's the only one he has. And then on the way, he stepped on a piece of rock and he fell down and the pot was broken. And that time he was enlightened. He realized that pot is nothing but empty. No? That realization of the emptiness gave him such a great joy. The part that what I have or what I had is now broken. This broken part is my root teacher. This symbolize whole phenomena, especially this human our life, so fragile. And I'm so grateful. The broken part. So he was not worrying. He has no fear where he can get the next part. Instead, he totally enjoyed that enlightenment. See, we imagine ourselves. No, if you don't have anything, and if you have something is lost, you will cry. I'm the most unfortunate person. No, now how I can survive, how I can live. No, but Milarepa totally enjoyed. He was not worrying what the next now, where I can get the part. You see, that's what the enlightenment does. You see, that's why I say, may I enjoy the glory of the Dharma. That's why we need the Dharma. See, everybody, not just only for Buddhists, every sentient beings need the Dharma. Make sense? So we need that kind of understanding, you see. You should understand that way. If you understood this way, then you will appreciate your life. Then you feel, oh, I'm so fortunate. I have the Dharma in my life. Because this life is goes. Nothing is belong to us. Even this body is not belong to me. The day when I leave, I have to leave this body behind. Right now, I say, this is mine, this is mine, this is me, you know. Sometimes we go to the court, we sue somebody else, you know, this and that, all this, you know. At the end, we own nothing. Even our ego is, we don't owe that. Makes sense? Look at this, you see. There you see, this is the wisdom of the Dharma. The Buddha who realized that totally, not something Buddha made up, created something, you know. So I create these things, then I make this the Buddhism, you know. It's not a Buddhism. It's the reality nature. the Buddha's wisdom. That's what Buddha said, you know. Buddha said what? I show you the path for the liberation, but you are responsible for yourself to achieve that liberation. I cannot give you the liberation. He was very honest, you know. Buddha didn't say, you pray me and then I will save you from that. He didn't say that. You can save yourself, but I show you how to save yourself. And you have to earn that. You have to study, practice that. And then you follow the path. See, you are your master. This is so precious, you see. Otherwise, sometimes you hear, oh, there's somebody teacher will protect you if you pray this, and then all the problem will go away, you know. They say that. That's not the way how Buddha taught. If that's the case, a lot of places they're doing those problems should be solved by now. Nothing solved, you know. So every individual has the responsibility. If I practice Dharma myself, I get the benefit. If we group practice Dharma together and practice accordingly, we group get the benefit. If we two people together, stay together, if one practice Dharma accordingly, well, get the benefit. If other doesn't do that, the other will not get the benefit. Even though you may use the same kitchen, same house, you see. Make sense? That's the Buddha's wisdom, that we should get this. You know? Sometimes you may hear, oh, some individuals also this in this degenerated time, if you pray to this, then you will get all the protection, you know. That was called, I think it was called dogmatize. Dogmatic system comes from there. Then it was called cult members, you know. Marve. So here now today, since now instead of we're talking too much. So when you study, practice Dharma, such as we said the prayer, I take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha until I achieve enlightenment. See, our cultivation of the mind is to attain the Buddhahood, not just temporary, to solve the temporary suffering. Of course, we need to solve that, but our main point is to attain the Buddhahood, enlightenment, for the benefit of all sentient beings. And we have the Buddha nature, as all the teachers will tell you, within us, that you see you can just ask this, It's just a mission. Everybody's desire for peace and happiness. Even the rootless person, that individual, desire for happiness. You see, he or she is being ruthless, torturing others, but he enjoys. There's some negative ignorance, So he enjoys that. He feels some happiness there. Basically, he or she likes the happiness, see. And there's nobody likes the suffering, physical, mental suffering. even animals. There's some wild predators, animals like a tiger, the lions, crocodiles. Look at those. They enjoy others' life taking, but for themselves, they don't appreciate suffering. They want peace and happiness. You ask why? What's the cause? Why not somebody say, I'm okay if there's suffering, suffering doesn't bother me. I think there's no one will tell you that. Why, you ask? Because in the deep in that our total nature itself is nothing but peace. See, where the weather is good, after such a storming weather, then weather is good, little sunshine, and you got a good breakfast, then you sit outside there. There's not so much big problem with you, and you feel so good, you see. That serenity, the serenity you have, you feel so good. That because it's becoming closer to with the nature. But still, it is called afflicted mind, because we have attachment to this. So when you study, practice Mahamudra, these things, free from all, this means free from all those grasping. Make it just free, which is not easy, because we are so used to grasping. Our life, our life is just designed to grasp. And that grasping is so deeply rooted, so habituated. To get rid of that, it takes a lot of energy, mindfulness. But when you know the Dharma, then you feel so fortunate. Finally, I found the direct cause how to handle that. It doesn't mean you don't care your life, but you care with wisdom, with skill, with compassion. See, in the samsara, everybody cares our life. We all care our life, but we don't know how to care ourselves. And because of that, we destroy ourselves due to delusion, due to ignorance. This is the wisdom of the Buddha. We need this to everywhere, you see. It's not a Buddhism, okay? That's why when we say prayers, how we say prayer? May all Mother Sensation beings, we say that, isn't it? We don't say, may all Buddhists, we don't say that, So Buddha's teaching is, Buddha's mind is bodhicitta, The bodhicitta, the limitless love and compassion is rich to the every sentient beings. Because Buddha's concern is not just only for Buddhists, not just Buddhist followers, monks and nuns, but every sentient being, even the smallest insect, mosquitoes, because they are desperate to free from suffering. They're desperate to have peace and happiness. And they don't know how to do that. No. That's why Buddha is trying to everybody. No. So that's why we take refuge in the Buddha. It's not because we're Buddhist, but because we want to free from suffering. We want to have peace and happiness. That's why I take refuge in Buddha. I take refuge in Dharma. I take refuge in the Sangha. See, so precious. Look at this. You know, you get to understand that. Then you will you open your heart to all. There's our ego, our grasp to the ego. As you see, you directly you can see how we are deluded. No. Then our practice of love and compassion reach to everybody. As we said in the beginning, all mother sentient beings, especially those enemies who hate me, you know, who create obstacles on my path. See, because you know how to cultivate compassion to those individuals who harm you. They are so deluded. And you have no difficulties, you see. First, these are such important why we practice Dharma. Oh. We need really peace in the world. This is how to practice this. Not just chanting some prayers, mother. So let us chant some million mantras for the world peace, you know. If you don't have peace, how you can make the world peace, you know? It makes sense? Just look at this, meditate. This is a simple message. Because my English is still not good, you know. Yeah. I'm struggling with my English. So within this struggling, I try to communicate. Okay. Okay. If you have any questions, you just ask, okay? But ask some very meaningful questions, okay? There's in the Zoom somebody?
Yes, I have a question.
Who's that?
I am in Guatemala. I am Rita.
What you have?
I am Rita in Guatemala.
Guatemala, okay.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yes.
Qué bueno.
Yeah, thank you. Yes. You see, when you were here in Guatemala, I asked you a question. And then I've been meditating, and I think humbleness is the key to really see your samsaric mind.
Yeah.
And change it. And that was when I saw that we are and we are not mind and emotion.
Yes.
And then when you really, really can see it, you really understand the emptiness on everything.
Yes.
And then you can start a little bit compassion. You see,
okay,
am I in the right way?
Yeah, you are right way. Seeing your delusion is the wisdom. And then out of that, you are practicing compassion. it comes wisdom and compassion together is very good.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem.
Yes, thank you very much. And you really changed me when you were in Guatemala. Really, really.
Oh,
Thank you very much.
You appreciate this to Buddha, okay? This is a Buddha's message.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Mhm.
Yeah.
When we talk about mind, its empty nature and the luminous nature.
Yeah.
Can you speak a little bit more about the luminous nature of the mind? Other words, maybe.
No, it's just the luminous nature means unobstructed. Minerva said, the sun of the luminosity is free from the cloud. No? So when the sun is there, and when the cloud is free, when the sun is free from the cloud, and the manifestation of the sun just reach to all. There's no any limitation, you know. So like that, when your mind, all the delusions, your ego, especially ego, attachment, aversion, when they are like cloud, no, surrounded to the mind of that luminosity, then the mind cannot kind of go out of that, and because it's all surrounded by this delusion, you know, the cloud of delusion, and then we just always will make mistake. Well, we are trying our best and keep making mistake, and because of that, suffering is endless, no matter how much you try. So when you have that wisdom, how to, you know, dispel this cloud of the delusion, and then the luminosity of the mind means the clarity of the mind has no limit. So you should know that. So you say mind is like the space. So this is two space. The outer space and the inner space. Okay. Outer space, we understand that. Have scientists found the limit of the outer space? Haven't found yet, isn't it? The scientists didn't say now from there's no space. Haven't found that, isn't it? Likewise, the inner space has no limit. Okay, yeah.
How do you find bodhicitta?
Oh,
How do you find bodhicitta for people that you hate?
or like you?
Sorry? How do you find bodhicitta for people that you hate?
Like you? Like what? How you find bodhicitta?
Yeah. How do you find? How do you let go of hate, brother?
First, as I mentioned, you look at the suffering of the sentient beings everywhere, all over the world. This is something, first of all, you should feel amazing. Buddha taught this teaching over 2,600 years ago, you know. And he, as I mentioned, he went through all these experiments. Finally, he uncovered the nature of the mind, no? And from that state, he taught the Dharma teachings. So every sentient beings are suffering. How he knows everyone is suffering? Well, he was in that small area, Bodh Gaya, that area. How he knows here people are suffering, you know? It's amazing, that what Buddha taught. We only have the difficulty to understand what he taught about. But when we know that all his teachings are nothing but as it is, the relativity state and absolute state, you see. In the relative state, how everything functions with concerning about the interdependent, So then you see, absolute state, through the quantum physics theory, everything is nothing but emptiness. This is just intellectual, But when you realize, then you see, yes, emptiness estimation is nothing. It's not just nothing. It's non-duality. Yeah. So when you know that, then you develop such a love to every sentient being. Everybody desire to have happiness like me. There's no difference, me and even like the mosquito, as a measure, small box. There's, regarding to that desire to have peace and happiness, we have no different. So you can extend that mind to all this, may everybody have peace and happiness. As soon as you bring that in your mind, you see how you feel your mind so relaxed now. You see? Even person who hate me, that person also desire peace and happiness. You transcend all the differences from there. You see, how you start that. Even though we all want peace and happiness, but everybody is suffering. It's not suffering always, there's a pain all the time. It's not that. The difference, when Buddha said in the Four Noble Truths, you should understand about the suffering. It's suffering of change, suffering of conditions. You see, when they will see the physical, people are physically suffering, physically, mentally suffering, there's obvious suffering. But then there's a suffering of change. That whole world is designed for that. You want to make life better. Like a musician, you look at the musician, hundreds of thousands of people come there, play, dance, music, all this is happy. They're trying to enjoy their happiness. But next day they're depressed. Because they no longer that exist, and they're depressed. It's called suffering of change. That very what you enjoy your life, that itself, it becomes the cause of the suffering. Okay. All the world that we enjoy, everything that is a suffering of change. Then you can see through the wisdom, you say, that's why Buddha said you should appreciate what you have and content that. See, then we are at it. No one in the world is free from suffering. As long as we're in the samsara, we are all under condition of suffering. There you see, I know everything goes well. I'm so happy. I'm protected from this. I'm protected from financially, all this, this. My health, everything's just good, all fine, just fine, It's just say, relax for time being. But you ask yourself, now, do I'm really free from the suffering? No, It's a suffering of a condition. This is what wisdom is. But that's not saying everything is bad, okay? Some people say, Buddhists are always so negative, you know. Life is suffering, they're suffering, suffering. Only they talk about is suffering, 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 you know. It's depressing, you know. They say, you know, when they don't realize that, you see, they don't realize at the end of the life, no one is free from suffering, you see. So you should have such a great wisdom to see that. Now, how should I handle that? You see. Then there arises the compassion to all, you see. Everyone desire to free from suffering, but they don't know. So our compassion becomes very strong. Not some idiot compassion, you know. It's, some very primitive compassion. It's not that. Based on wisdom, you develop the compassion. Okay. Now say, may everybody free from the suffering and causes of suffering. We say that prayer. Now you ask, when you achieve the total peace and happiness, when you are free from suffering, only you attain the awakened state, enlightenment. When all the delusions are fully exhausted, when the delusions are fully exhausted, root cause of suffering, then you are free from suffering. So to that, you cultivate bodhicitta. Okay. Then you see your practice of Dharma will be very stable, stabilized. A lot of we in the West, you know, because of some conditions, people emotionally I like Buddhist, Buddhist idea is so good, I want to become Buddhist. You take refuge, you chant mantra few times, you some memorize, some chanting prayers. After a few years, you give up. You know, you have noticed that? It's because they're not really established. It's just emotionally. Very unfortunate. That's why you have to understand why I'm starting practicing Dharma. When you know these things really well, you know, then your practicing Dharma will be so stable and you will benefit so many people, you know. Then from there, how you can practice, how to obliterate. You know the word obliterate? What's that? The word you know, obliterate?
It means to destroy or blow up.
Blow up what?
Ignorance.
Obliterate, you have to obliterate all the delusions. It's from the root, okay? It's not just service. You're not just to make happy today. I'm okay. I chant some mantra, so I feel so good, you know. Okay. Okay. I went to like say, you know, a week-long retreat. I chanted some mantra, so today I feel so good, relax, you know. It's not just that, okay? Those are good, you know, help you deepen, don't go deeper, okay? There you see. So these are the first, very important, how you know how to cultivate bodhicitta, okay, now. So we all practitioners understand that. And regardless your conditions you are facing, you will never give up the Dharma teachings. You know, you see, this is my mental delusion, mental afflictions. So Buddha's teaching is all designed to really uproot our mental afflictions. I feel this very amazing. No one can teach you this. Look, go to the greatest scientists. You ask how to get rid of the root cause of all the problems. Okay. as the Buddha's teaching they're taught. Okay. More we purify our mental afflictions, the tenacious attachment, the inveterate our ego propensity. When these are taken care of, then you see, you appreciate. And that's only through the Buddha's wisdom that we can get the opportunity. And that is, having said this, through this three training, look at this three training. So in other words, how to become a better human being. You see, we're talking sometimes there's a lot of civilized person, you see. You have heard of that? How to civilize. When you have all these mental afflictions, I don't think you are not so civilized. When these mental afflictions are totally obliterated, then you are civilized. Real, has a good manner, peace, happiness is there. We don't have to find out. We don't have to go around. It's within us. Okay, that's it. This is some general topics I thought is necessary to express. Do you feel that? Then come to here, our Chicago Ranashiri Center's director, Tubirambushi, asked me, can you teach this fivefold path of Mahamudra, which is beyond my subject, But I will try it, touch the surface, okay? This is the core essence, good essential teachings the Buddha put together in this degenerated time to comprehend complete Buddha's teaching. Buddhists use in the world now, we have Buddhists in Sri Lanka, Thailand, and then Mahayana teaching like in China, and then there's called Vajrayana, This is all a Buddhist teaching. Okay, we respect all those teachers. Buddha's teaching is such a precious, Those followers of the Buddha, I really deeply respect to those. We are following the one Buddha, so precious, So as mentioned, Buddha's wisdom is such a profound, such a vast, limitless, as mentioned, the inner space, as the outer spaces, no beginning, no end, just pervasive. Likewise, Buddha's wisdom, our Buddha nature is no beginning, no end. It's a matter of realization, See, so now through this is the method, all a method put together how to obliterate these mental afflictions. There's an inner work, our inner hard work. The machines cannot help because machines are made of mind. It's a product of the mind. All the technologies that exist in the world, including AI, everything is a product of the mind. Okay. Because of lack of the mind understanding, because the lack of the understanding of the mind, a lot of people are afraid AI will do something, you know. AI will do nothing, but people who involve, they may manipulate. You see, those individuals who are creating this AI, you know, if they don't have enough wisdom and compassion, they may bring a lot of suffering to the people. But AI is nothing. Okay? So that's what we need, wisdom and compassion to the world. Because eventually, they themselves will suffer. Because when you make suffering to other people, they have to suffer. Because they're among us, you know. So we have big responsibility to share this wisdom to all. You know? The mind is consciousness. It's luminosity, as mentioned. Outside all these things, there, or what you are, everything there, they have no any feeling. Okay, they have no expectation, anything. But the mind has the feeling, fear, expectation. Okay. So Buddha's wisdom that penetrated and revealed total nature of the mind. So there are so many teachings that are taught. Why do they need to teach all these things? There are hundreds of volumes of teachings because the mind has no limit. Yeah? So to comprehend that mind, then Buddha taught all those things. Sometimes Buddha said there's ego with the body. Those are beginner, you know. So the beginner, when they cannot comprehend, you know, when they say something, so they equally say, oh, how that happened and how I can live. Then for their benefit, but they say, oh yes, there's a body, and in relation to that, there's ego. What's to benefit to that individuals? There's a virtue, cause for peace and happiness. There's a non-virtue, cause of suffering. But they explain that. But when you go to very high view, then there's no virtue, no non-virtue. There's, you know, it's all communication in the relative state. So Buddha has that kind of great skill. So all the Buddha taught, even one word, there's reason. Okay. Some people say, oh, this Buddha, we need to get rid of, you know. This Buddha's teachings are not related to real, you know. That's not the case. Okay. So anyhow, this 5 part, what so when you was talking about, you see, first we recognize what are those 5 parts? Loving kindness, compassion, bodhicitta. It's called special. Within that, all the sutra systems I explained. Okay. All sutra systems. Within that, you see, we talked about the impermanence. You see, everything is impermanent. As I mentioned, Milarepa, when he broke the clay pot, you know, he understood about that impermanence. Impermanence is such a great wisdom. Impermanence helps us when you really contemplate well. Oh, everything is changing. In reality, I cannot trust myself. One time I feel so good. Oh, this is the way I should be. I'm so good. Oh. Next step, totally changed. You're depressed. You see. So what happened? How you can trust yourself? So when you meet some people, oh, this person is so good. I want to make friend with this person. I want to do all the best thing to this person. And next day you hate that person. You want to destroy that person's life. You see? It's changing, you see. You reflect that. Oh, this is impermanent. It's not just changing how everything's going round. No? Like in the summer, everything's green, a lot of flowers, fruits, everywhere, so beautiful. Now snow comes, everything changed, totally different. We just say it's a weather change. It's just a four season, something like this, something, because the usual things happens. But we never really not penetrating what that means about the impermanence. So look at the changing the weather of our mind. Summer mind changed to winter mind, So our spring mind changed to the fall mind, See. So look at this. So everything's changing. When you are young, teenage, now when you get old, like me, 80s, then you see how much changed. How I can say this is when I was 15, totally different. But my mind is so diluted. So this is when I was 15. It's not real, It's different. It's not me. But I should see how I am deluded. There you say, so there's nothing to attach to. You see, what will happen is understanding about that is called wisdom. From that wisdom, what we get is there's nothing to attach to. There's nothing to hate. So mind how to free from these three delusions, three poisons: ignorance, attachment, aversion. See? As soon as when I take care of these three poisons, so that gives me my mind peace. See? So when you do for the just temporary, may all have peace and happiness. Including the people who hate me. May all are free from the suffering. You see, including those people who hate me. May they all achieve complete enlightenment. Just you meditate on that. See. At that moment, you see, your mind, when you know how to keep that mind in your mind stream, you see, you have such a great peace and joy, you see. That's how Buddha taught, you see. Basically, everybody loves each other, have compassion each other, but limited way. It's my family, my relative, my friend, that much. We don't go too far, But here Buddha taught to everybody. Then you just look at that. But look at that person, but that practice. then you maintain that mind, and you will feel your life is so beautiful. And there's no fear. See, there's nothing to fear. See, that's called taming the mind. We need to tame the mind. Our mind is so wild, so arrogant, and that only becomes the only cause of suffering for ourselves. And this is how you just maintain that, meditate that in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. Okay. And there's a lot of practices there, you see. There's in the Bodhicitta, especially Bodhicitta you section, there's called 6 parameters. Look at it, I'm sure many of you know 6 parameters. Practice of generosity, what it means. Then moral ethics, patience, perseverance, samadhi, meditative concentration, wisdom, awareness, all this design, how to keep that mind, how to develop your mind, See, this all within the sutra system, you see. So this from the 5 parts is the first I'm talking about, you see. The loving kindness, compassion, bodhicitta. See? So to do this, as it means reflect on the impermanence, look at the suffering of all the sentient beings, and look at the causalities. You have no karma, Nowadays, karma is not so foreign. Many people talk about the karma, Before there's Buddhists believe karma. So when you believe, then there's a karma. If you don't believe, there's no karma. You see, if such case, I argue, if that's the case, don't believe karma, I say. Why you bothering yourself, Let go of the karma concept, But that's not the case. Everything is action, there's reaction, Everything has the effect. There's no beginning. There's no end. So that's called interdependent. Karma is in the concept of interdependent. So look at this, you see. Then we have the precious human life. So precious, like here now. When you get together here, understanding about these things, how much you appreciate. Not many people have that opportunity, So you should feel, I am so fortunate. So you see, Milareba's life. First, Milareba, Marba not accepted Milareba to teach. Just tortured him all the time. Every time when he comes to the teaching, Marba kicked him out. That's all. That time he didn't have enough condition to be there. So Marba is creating that, Milareba didn't know about that. He was thinking, I am so bad person and all this, I'm depressed. Sometimes he's suicidal, all this, At the end, when Marba accepted that, he realized how he was fortunate. He realized what precious human life means. And received all those teachings, then you see that's what's called precious human life. See, we should never waste this precious human life, Always appreciate, rejoice yourself. So these are first very important conditions that we have to understand. Without understanding these things, can you give me a highest yoga tantra? I heard there's such a tantric practice, chakra channels. Can you give me all these things, And then I heard there's such a very profound teachings of Mahamudra, Dzogchen, all this. Can you give us teaching this, without understanding of basic things? And as I mentioned, then some lamas are very generous, They give those things. After a few years, they give up, finish, because they don't know how to appreciate. They don't know how to ground themselves. So first, these are just, I say, you kind of know how to make the foundation. If you build a 80 stories house, building, you need such a ground, foundation, good foundation, Otherwise, you're building your castle on the ice. If I'm talking too much, it's okay? Make sense? Mm. All that. Then, when you have this all good foundation first, this, then as mentioned on above that, practice of loving kindness, you see, makes sense. A universal understanding of the loving kindness, compassion. Because as mentioned, everybody has a limited love and compassion. Look at the small insect. When they give birth, their offspring, how much they care. They don't know insect, nothing. But they're so care, they care about their offspring. They hide, put a special place, to protect from harming. Look at the dog. When the dog gives the birth, the mother dog, right at the beginning, she's so aggressive. If anybody comes around, she just jump, sacrifice herself to protect her cubs, You see. Bird, look at the bird, how they hatch the eggs and chicken. You see. Naturally, there's some sense of love, responsibility, compassion. See, that's the capital. Because of that, the bird, the chickens are hatched so well, grown up, So every mother all over the world, doesn't matter what they believe, culture, That's why Buddha said, all mother sentient beings, you see. Buddha has that kind of wisdom to say that. Okay, So that's our capital. So we capitalize from that. Then look at all other sentient beings. As mentioned, the mind, which is so mysterious, no beginning, no end. So all sentient beings have been our mother one or another lifetime. Not only just human being. So develop that kind of love, compassion to all. Then wish to establish them to the enlightenment. So Buddha, the word is Sanskrit word, Buddha means when we say in Tibetan, Sangye, we say Sangye, you're chanting, So I'm thinking what you're thinking about that. Sangye, there's two words. So Buddha, one word, Buddha. But in Sanskrit, the Buddha, when you translate, there's two meaning. Sangye. Sang means fully awakened. Means all mental delusions are taken care of. You like, when you're from deep sleep, you just wake up. It's awake, sang. Kya means developed all the excellent qualities. So this Buddha has these two meanings. That's why Sangye, you know. So we say awakened mind. Okay. So that we need to awake our mind from the delusions. Because when you study, you understand. Sometimes you mix, you know. Especially if you practice, then you can understand deeper. You know, every day you practice something real, you know. Say prayers, meditate on this, you know, develop loving kindness in your mind, develop compassion in your mind. Then you wish all sentient beings to free from samsara, achieve enlightenment. I will establish you all to the enlightenment. Meditate on this. It's so precious. You find yourself, then you see this is the life, meaningful life. You can bring your such a meaning in your life. When you go to sleep that way. When you die that way. May everybody have all the peace and happiness. May everybody free from the suffering. And may they achieve complete enlightenment, waking mind. Your whole sleep will be virtuous sleep. When you die with this mind, you will be a better place. Then you see, as I mentioned, everything's illusory nature, you see. Because from the impermanence, as I mentioned, impermanent, everything is changing. That impermanence means nothing constitutes permanent. Means nothing can't exist in the real as it is, as we perceive. Everything's like a bubble. If you investigate, like this bell, which is the bell, you know? Is this bell, well, out, inside? If you investigate all this dust particle, you find nothing but empty. It's illusory nature, okay? It's a combination of many dust particles put together. It's called interdependent, interconnected, okay? Then from that you see, because of all this combination, then you see, makes sound. Sound from where now? From the top, from the down, from where? From the head. Without the hand, you cannot make sound. Even you have the hand, if you don't move, it doesn't make sound. So you have to all just complete. You need one complete thing to make the sound. That's called interdependent. And that, having said that, that itself there's no independent entity. Nothing exists independently. It's just called interdependent. In Sanskrit, it's called Pratita Samudapata. Neither eternalis nor non-eternalis. It's all interdependent. So you see, this is what's called illusion. There's nothing to attach to. Okay? So this is called wisdom. Understanding is called wisdom. From that wisdom, you develop love and compassion to all sentient beings. And it's such a precious. This all explained within the sutra system. Okay? Ah, 나가면 나도에 딱딱해 나 약물해 first you keep this what I said, in your mind, just how to bring together for your life to understand why we are practicing Dharma, Buddhism, Buddha's teaching. As mentioned, it's not a Buddhism, it's how everything functions in the reality nature. From within that, how we all want peace and happiness, and how those people are suffering. See, the suffering is, as mentioned, from these mental afflictions. In Sanskrit, it's called klesha, and in Tibetan it's called nyomo. Nyomo means very kind of dull mind. Nyomo is a dull mind. Mind is so dull, and so we're so deluded, and they're so habituated. They are nothing. If you look at it, they exist nowhere. But still, we are so occupied our mind by that. This is called, as mentioned, pernicious affliction. So deeply rooted the habit. So that takes time to get rid of the habit. We didn't go to school, university, to how to afflict our mind. Have you been? Neither university or college will teach you how to get rid of your afflictions. Only Dharma teaching will help you. Now they're called psychology, This is the psychologists, they talk a little bit about those things, but not so deep, just on the surface. So you have to study these things well. Then more you especially, you get rid of more, you get rid of these things, more the peace is there. And happiness is the flavor of the peace. When you feel peace, relax, then there's happiness. Others, there are people they're making millionaires, billionaires, and they suffer so much. You see, it's very strange, isn't it? It's a paradox. Buddha's teaching is something. Sometimes you can find like paradox exists, not exist. Suffering is exist, but not exist. Very complex. That shows the power of the mind. If we don't realize the power of the mind, then very difficult to really explain clearly, When you know the power of the mind, then it's very easy to explain, Okay. Yes, sure. I thought I should read this introduction. Can I read this in a few minutes? First introduction, then you can reflect on this. You can see. You may not have this. Yes. This is, I translated this 2012. And the title is called the practice of the fivefold path, the essence of Tantra. Oh. Okay. Buddhism was very popular in every town and village of Tibet. Monasteries were everywhere. This brought significant peace and happiness to the people's lives, not because of a high degree of material possessions, but because of their devotion and appreciation for the Buddha's teachings of wisdom. Many different schools and lineages developed over the centuries. Because of this, many great spiritual masters manifested throughout the history. Among them was Lord Jigten Sungbun, who came in the 12th century, okay? The second Buddha to come into this world, or second Buddha who come into this world. He achieved the ultimate Dharmakaya, wisdom, and was adorned with the ornament of the separation and ripening of the excellent qualities. Separation means separate all the delusions. Ripening means all the excellent qualities. The fame of his qualities at that time pervades the world. He gathered hundreds of thousands of disciples, both human beings and non-human beings. By his unobstructed ability, he established them in the state of great bliss enlightenment. He is the protector and the refuge of all. He pervades the three times, past, present, future. He fulfills wishes of all who supplicate him, and is the yogin who raises the banner of the three vows, Vinaya vow, Bodhicitta vow, Vajrayana vow. He established the precious teachings of the perfect Buddha. He sounds the lion's roar of emptiness from pinnacle of his realization, subdues the wrong view of the beast, and point directly at the meaning of the Mahamudra. He dispels the outer and inner obstacles of sentient beings through the inconceivable method of interdependence. He is indefatigable in gathering sentient beings through the four means, defeating the hordes of Mara with the unobstructed power of altruistic love and compassion. He knows all the objects of knowledge from within perfect Dharmakaya, as if looking into a mirror. Many sutras of the Tathagatas prophesize his coming as a reincarnation of Nagarjuna, named Ratnashiri. Lord Dikungpa Jigten Sungun, the drum of his fame pervades the 10 directions. He gathered realization of all the Buddha's teaching, including the commentaries, into one essential point. Limitless Yidam deities showed him their faces and revealed all the secret hidden treasure without exception. He achieved the Buddhahood in one lifetime, the unity of the Vajrabhati. This great teacher attended the feet of Pamudrupa, the Lord of sentient beings, and received the complete teachings of the lineage of the Buddha. Lord Pamudrupa taught him the fivefold path of Mahamudra, love, compassion, bodhicitta, and then the Yidam deities of Tantra, the four kayas of Guru Yoga, Mahamudra, and dedication, which is the essence of the Sutra and Tantras, the foundation of the ocean of all the teachings, which can be practiced by one person. So this is the highway of the Buddhas, of the three times, past, present, future. The Buddha of the past achieved Buddhahood with this path. The Buddhas of the present follow this path, and the Buddhas of the future will follow this path. This is the quintessence of all the sutras, tantras, and commentaries. It is the heart essence of the secret teachings of the Dakinis, the core essence practice of the ocean of the scholar and the siddhas of India and Tibet. This is the essence drop of the instruction of the ocean of the Kagyu Mahasiddhas. This is the instruction for the fortunate one achieving enlightenment in one lifetime. This is the Lamrim stage of the path, complete and unmistaken, to be practiced on one seat. Because of this, all Lord Chaitanya Sungur's teachings are an expression of the fivefold path of Mahamudra. Therefore, all practitioners should be encouraged to study and practice these precious teachings, particularly in this degenerated time. These thoughts are universally accepted. Every sentient being's desire peace and happiness and wish to be free from suffering. To reach that goal, the pinnacle of the enlightenment, we must release our entanglement with the temporary pleasure. This is an inward mental journey. First, we must be equipped with a precious human life. We treasure this condition because such a rebirth affords us the opportunity to do the right things to create the cause of peace and happiness, and to reduce or even eliminate the cause of suffering. Then we need the precious Dharma teachings handed down to us from the Buddha, because they provide us with the wisdom and ability to discern the demarcation between the causes of peace and causes of suffering. Contemplating the impermanence of all composite phenomena is a special remedy for samsara. In the end, we all leave everything behind without choice. So it is wise for us to prepare for this by learning how to comprehend the difficult conditions we will face. It is also crucial to reflect on the human and non-human suffering in samsara. We should reflect on this deeply and not be content with a superficial understanding of suffering, and especially of its cause. One's ability to take advantage of this opportunity depends on the degree of one's understanding of the disadvantage of samsara and advantage of enlightenment. When one is fully convinced of the life nature of impermanence and deeply embrace the fact that nothing lasts long, one will see the depth of the suffering experienced by all sentient beings who can never experience full satisfaction from this temporary happiness. The causes of those suffering, particularly the mental afflictions, will be unending until one fully uproots happiness, fully uproots the happiness. Once we see that vividly, the meditation instruction described in this small booklet can be very productive. We will see the need to embrace this manner of practice, and practice will follow the path without any fear or doubt, but only with a feeling of fortune and joy. After explaining the practice step by step, this small booklet described specific techniques for taking afflicting emotion, sickness, obstacles, and death onto the path of enlightenment. They comprise a very profound and direct path to allow confusion dawn onto the path as the nature of the premortal wisdom. You know that? These are very mental afflictions, the ignorance is nothing but wisdom. When you have the ability to capture that. Okay. Because there's nothing to give up. Samsara is natural enlightenment. But it's not enough just to say, we have to have the ability to capture that. Let's say here. Through these practices, we have every opportunity to realize that samsara and the nirvana are but two sides of same hand, the nature of non-duality. Sounds good, isn't it? Then you don't have to go to Pure Land, okay? Just reside in the samsara. Just relax. No fear, okay? These are the indispensable method to develop the great wisdom that penetrates the nature of reality and to develop altruistic love and compassion. To learn more about these subjects, please read Jewel Ornamental Liberation. Such a precious book. I'm sure many of you are reading that. No, it's not so big, but it's such a precious, And sometimes it's very strange, You're not reading what you have. You're always looking something new, which is nothing more than that, And then this I translate that, but it's just a suggestion, And a complete guide to Buddhist path. It's a collection of a lot of things there. And there are many other books, you see. And you read the Shantideva's text, the Bodhisattva Avatara. It's such a precious book, And of course, Milareva's life story. So precious. With the mind well prepared in these ways, one is ready to follow this fivefold path of Mahamudra, the impeccable instructions for the path for enlightenment. Okay. Now first, please take a deep breath. Yeah, just relax yourself physically. Be here, okay? And release all your stress, okay? And take a deep breath. Inhale. And expand your chest and stomach. And then exhale all the stress. And then just reflect what we went through this morning, okay? Just briefly, what you have understood, and reminding what you have received before, or there's some special refreshment, or just reflect and appreciate and reflect the kindness of the Buddha. the Buddha is such real, His concern is all sentient beings, okay? Not some few individuals. All his wisdoms are taught to all sentient beings. We appreciate that. And then if you have found something new or reminding, you just reflect and put into your mind. So I will put into practice these things. Because while I was talking, I also said how to practice, you see, how to relax yourself, how to meditate, These are very important. Okay, then please inhale once more fully. Exhale. Once more, please inhale fully. Exhale. Yeah, and thank you. Please say some dedication prayers.
Page 34. Page 34 yellow book.
34, please open.
Beijing Pancho Le Zambe Bejer Lang Gombo Le Dosha Kawa Jende Nyami Jing Ba Jigen Sopje Gombo Sorwande Kanke Demba Garjar Yune Ne Tinzi Jivu Guzen Zenji Kande Pershen Domson Chu Chu Zong Zhoku Deji Bala Ju Ju Ji.
In the presence of the Buddha, you are the noble Lichavi, on the glorious mountain, the protector Nagarjuna, and here in the land of snows, the incomparable Lord Drikungpa, to Lord Jigten Sumgun, I pray. May your teachings remain firm for 100 aeons. May the life and activity of those who uphold them flourish. May the monastic community grow and strive in the practice of the 3 vows. May all beings enjoy happiness and prosperity.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, everyone. We'll be back at 2 o'clock, 2 to 4 Central Time.